Going to be adding and subtracting rational expressions with the same denominator. Technically, this is going back to when you were adding, subtracting fractions. These are a little bit nicer than the ones we're going to be doing because we have got to get a common denominator. So if we already have the same denominator, I need you to notice what happens. The denominator comes over and I do the actual work to the numerator. Same thing with subtraction. Here, be careful because everything in Q is going to change sign. So in these first couple of problems, adding or subtracting rational expressions when the denominators are the same, in this particular section you have got to reduce. So we'll work this one out first. Addition normally will not get you. If I combine like terms, I did say you're going to have to reduce. I'm going to factor out a 3. My answer in this problem is x plus 1, with or without the parentheses. In the next one, again, I've got addition. Let's see if I can go across this way. I'm going to have x squared minus 6x plus 9. You need to go ahead and write it in descending order. Now this all factors the denominator to x plus 3, x minus 3, numerator. Pause me, see if you can do it real quick. But I'm going to need a negative 3 and a negative 3. These will eliminate, so I'm left with x minus 3 in the numerator, x plus 3 in the denominator. Now we're going to be looking at subtraction. The next thing I'm going to do, hopefully you will do, if you don't, chances are good you'll miss the problem. Put the second numerator in parentheses because I need to distribute that sign. That will give me x plus 3. I'm going to go ahead and factor the denominator because the numerator can't go any further. Since the numerator canceled out completely, there is a 1 that we have to put there. So that's my answer for that one. The next one, I'm going to change all of these signs. So because I don't have that much room, I'm going to do this work up here. Putting that in parentheses. Down here, you do need to do as much work as you need in order to get the problem correct. So that will give me a 12y squared plus 17y plus 6 all over 6y squared plus y minus 2. Pause me, go factor that. I'm going to try to do it by trial and error because it's a little bit quicker because we just finished this section and you need to know how to do that. And also I'm running out of room. See, that'll give me 12y squared, 8y, 9y, 6. Okay. This cancels. My answer is going to be that 4y plus 3 over 2y minus 1, and that is my final answer. Adding and subtracting rational expressions with opposite denominators. When one denominator is the opposite of the other, first multiply either rational expression by -1 over -1 to obtain a common denominator. You can pinpoint these. If you'll notice in this one how this is written not in standard or descending order, and this one back here, you can see those fairly quick. So I need to multiply top and bottom by -1, and if I do that, and at the same time go ahead and rewrite that. Normally you would see this as -x plus 5. If you rewrite that and you see that, then that's your clue to go do this right here. So we've got x squared minus 4x minus 5 all over x minus 5. The x minus 5 does not factor. Let's see if the numerator, pause me, go factor this. My answer on this is just x plus 1. The next one, let me rewrite this denominator. Multiplying top and bottom by -1 will change that sign, that sign, that sign. It will change this and this. So that allows me to have the same denominator. So up top I've got 5x minus x squared minus, get that in there, that gives me a -2x squared plus 8x over x squared minus 4x minus 3. This denominator does not factor. Now the numerator does, and you can factor that out, but there's not going to be anything that we can cancel. So that pretty much is my answer right there. So practice these. These are the nice fractions so far. And in this section, you will have to reduce. Remember that.